Hello friends, I welcome you all for this MOOC course on spreading happiness, stress management and Panchakosh Vikas. And now we are going to start the first module, that is the stress. What exactly the stress is? Stress is our body's response to pressure. Many different situations or life events cause stress, especially unexpected situations that we have not imagined of. For example, accident, departing of a loved ones, illness, losing a job, promotion, migration, shifting, etc. A number of things they are going to happen in our life. And all these events, all these happenings are going to have the effect on our mind, which is going to be beneficial, or we can say it is going to be a cause for a stress. So what exactly the stress is? Dictionary defines stress as physical, mental or emotional strain or tension, or a condition or feeling experienced when a person perceives that demands exceed the personal and social resources the individual is able to mobilize. Thus, stress was put in a negative light and its positive effects ignored. However, stress can be helpful and good when it motivates people to accomplish more. From this, we can say that stress is very difficult to define because it is so different for each of us. In Indian philosophy, it is said that pinde pinde bhinnaha means that every person is different. Every person has the unique identity, and according to the experiences experiences, his feelings, his attitudes, the person is going to deal or cope up with the different situations or stressful situations. So defining a stress is a very complex situation, and we cannot define the stress as this is going to be the perfect definition of a stress. So it is a very difficult situation to define the stress. For example, this is the magic ride. For some people, magic ride is going to be stressful, and for some people, it is very enjoying. So this depends upon the personality. If you have the previous experience of enjoying the magic ride, then you are going to be used to of such a type of up and downs in the magic ride. But suddenly for the first time you are enjoying the magic ride, then it becomes difficult for that personality to enjoy the magic ride. So all these experiences, some of us have enjoyed and some of us experienced the stressful situation in different situations. So again, we have to focus on the definition of stress, that is the physical, mental or emotional strain or tension. Another popular definition of stress is a condition or a feeling experienced when a person perceives that demand exceed the personal and social resources the individual is able to mobilize. So now, what are the types of stress? From these we can say that stress is a normal feeling. It is a normal feeling. Some stress is very useful as it provides us motivation and inspiration to do our work with ease and have expertise in that area. So, and some is going to be very disastrous. And now we have to see what the types of stress are there. The beneficial stress is called as eustress, and the disastrous or harmful stress is called as chronic stress. It can be said as there are two main types of stress. One is called as acute stress and another one is called as chronic stress. So acute stress is a short term stress that goes away quickly, but the chronic stress that lasts for a longer period of time. So acute stress that goes away quickly. For example, if you are driving a car and suddenly a dog is passed in front of you, then at that time immediately you have to press the brakes. So because of this, there is a stressful situation that you are trying to save the dog, and for that purpose you have to press the brakes. So as the dog crosses the road, the stress has relieved. Another example of acute stress is that if you have a fight with your partner or unable to work in a time frame. So these are the examples from our day-to-day life. So this acute stress is helpful as it helps to manage dangerous situation, and it also occurs when you do something new or exciting. All people have acute stress at one time or another, as our life is very hectic and all of us are very busy and engaged in number of situations and events because of that. And if you are doing something new or exciting, then definitely you have to face the acute stress, because this is a short term stress and as the situation pass it goes away quickly. But on the other hand, the chronic stress is that stress that lasts for longer period of time. You may have chronic stress if you have money problems, an unhappy marriage, or trouble at the workplace. Any type of stress that goes on for weeks or months is a chronic stress. So the stress is lasting there for months, for weeks, then definitely it is a chronic stress. And if you realize that you are feeling abnormal for months, for weeks, then there is a problem. And if you don't have ways to manage this stress, it may lead to health problems also. So managing of chronic stress is a very important task. And friends, we are here with Panchakosh Vikas, that is the fivefold development. As we have seen that managing of stress is very important thing, and this is the model with the help of which we can have a balanced and sustainable life. This model is the Panchakosh Vikas, fivefold development. The first, as we are talking about the fivefold development, the first fold or the first sheet is called as Annamaya Kosh, that is food sheet. Second one is called as Pranmaya Kosh, it is called as energy sheet. Third one is called as Manomaya Kosh, it is called as mind sheet. Fourth one is called as Vijnanamaya Kosh, it is called as intellectual sheet. Fifth one is called as Anandamaya Kosh, it is called as bliss sheet. So friends, there are n number of ways to manage the stress, but we are going to adopt these ways when we experience the stressful situation in our life. They are not the regular part of our life. If we follow this model in our day-to-day life, then the life is going to be very beautiful and full of energy. So I request all of you to attain this program and enjoy this fivefold development of personality. So what exactly the stress is? Again, stress is a shock or a jerk on the psyche of that personality. As soon as the situation or that event happened, our sense organs starts working on it immediately, and according to our emotional bonding with the event or situation, our body starts reacting. Our body starts producing stress hormones, which causes a protection or alarming situation to activate our immune system. This helps us to face and protect ourselves in difficult situations. It is called as stress response. So stress response, everyone according to the personality have this stress response, and it is depend on our immune system. Sometimes the stress response is useful as it provides energy to overcome the fear or pain. As the situation cools off or changed, we return to normalcy, and there will not be any lasting effects on our body. But too much stress can be harmful, causing negative effect. Its impact will live permanently, causing harm to physical and mental health as well. So the what are the exactly the signs of stress? How one is going to feel or experience that he or she is in a stressful situation. You may feel angry for no reason, you may feel noxious, you may feel sad, you may feel afraid of the things what will happen. There are worries, frustration, and depression. So these are the signs of stress. Lack of confidence is also the sign of stress. Now, when you are in a stressful situation, as we are seeing that the response, stress response, it is because of the immune system. If you are in a stressful situation, then our body starts reacting. So what will happen when you are in a stressful situation? You may experience headache, indigestion, sweating, excessive sweating is going to be there. Some people may experience the situation of constipation, heart palpitation, aches and pains, and shallow breathing. So these are the situations or our body's response, body's reaction to stressful situation. How one can behave in stressful situation? That there are the symptoms. From these we can say that the person is in a stressful situation. The person tries to live in a secluded and alienated mode. It is going to live lonely, withdraw from other people, like to be lonely, get irritated for no reason, have problems in getting sleep or staying asleep, then be tearful for no reason, feeling sadness, get addicted like smoking and alcohol, be rigid and indecisive. So these are the situations or the symptoms that we can say that after observing these, we can say that the person is in a stressful situation. So the necessity of stress management in current scenario. So it is very important and very crucial to manage the stress in the current situation. Friends, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected adversely, and the all the world has to shut down, lock down for months together. And because of this, the mental problem, physical problem, social problem, economical problems. All of us have seen number of situations, and this pandemic situation has taught us how to live life securely and peacefully. So managing a stress is a very important in current situation, and for this purpose we require this model, which is totally or completely based upon the Vedantic philosophy of Indian philosophy of Taittiriya Upanishad. In Taittiriya Upanishad, it is described in detail how the fivefold development or Panchakosh Vikas is the complete model of holistic development of personality. If a person follows the model, then definitely life will be more happy, pleasant, and enjoyable. It is stressless. Any type of stress, any type of stressful situation can be faced without any type of harm to mental and physical body of the humanity. Otherwise, we are observing that what previously we all have gone through in pandemic situation. So the Panchakosh Vikas is we have to adopt as a regular practice in our day-to-day life. So for that purpose, we have to understand what these Panchakosh Vikas talks about. The first, these Panchakosh means the five basic elements that we have to analyze, we have to study. The first basic thing about this is that Annamaya Kosh, it is called as food sheath. Second one is called as Pranamaya Kosh, it is called as energy sheath. Third one is called as Manomaya Kosh, it is called as mind sheath. Fourth one is called as Vijnanamaya Kosh, that is intellectual sheath. And last, that is Anandamaya Kosh, is bliss sheath. So all these cores, all these sheaths are interconnected, interrelated, and interpenetrating with each other. They are not separate, they are united with each other. So it is very important that it is not a fragmented study, it is a complete study, and it is a complete model of personality development and having balanced life.